Hello, hello, everybody.
Hello.
26, hello, hello. 26th of March. Amazing, amazing. Time goes fast when you have fun. Okay, let me give you an info session that blows your mind. For the new people here, let me introduce myself. I'm Kaat Jacobs. I'm the communication manager of the SkyWorld Community Platform. I got in contact with this platform in 2017, already more than 5 years, January 2017. So I was blown away by the technology. First of all, I love technology. I love fast cars. I love traveling. And yes, it blew my mind. I was amazed that this sort of technology, so advanced technology, was already existing on this earth. So I started talking to everybody. Let's support this technology. Let's support this technology. And so on the crowdfunding platform, there is a team structure, and my team grew very fast. And then the board members asked me to come to a business coach course, because I was not a business person at all. I was a life and health coach, consciousness coach for 21 years. And so, yes, I said, okay, I like challenges. I come to the course, and you see the coach, Yuri Galata. He was a very good coach, very strict, but he taught us a lot. And you see then at the right side, you see all the people, 130 people in the, we call it the leaders team. And they were from all over the world. We were from all over the world. And every month we went to another country, had a course. And that we did for 1 year, every month. And after that year, there were 3 leaders chosen of the leaders team, and I was one of them. So the board members asked me to become the communication manager. So that's how I ended up here. And I love my job. So these are the board members. Evgeny Kudryshov is our financial director. He's currently in Dubai fixing all the problems with the visas. Let me quickly let these people in so they don't miss too much. And then you have Irina Volkova. This is the only lady of the group, and she's an engineer, and she was there with the creators from the beginning, together with her husband, also an engineer. And then František Solar, he's a businessman and also an engineer. He's the one who is together with Dr. Maslov flying around the world looking for opportunities of co-owners, of course, for the platform, and also where to start the technology. Then Alexei Shudrikov, he's an engineer, and he is the youngest of them all, and he is the man of the blockchain. He loves technology, he loves blockchain, he loves lead systems, and so on. So he guides us through that. So what is SkyWorld Community? SkyWorld Community, the previous Skyway Capital. We changed our name because first we brought the capital, but now we are a huge community. And I love this name, SkyWorld Community, that brings us all together. So yes, we are a crowdfunding platform, and we fund the development of Unitsky String Technology. And you can become a co-owner, you can become a partner, or you can become both like me, a partner and a co-owner. And it is fun to do because this technology will change our lives forever. So what is this technology then? Well, it is an innovative, that means it doesn't exist yet, transportation above the ground on a string rail. You can see at the right side the picture. how you can imagine how it looks like. So because it's in the air, that means no traffic jams, because it goes above everything, and it is highly developed. The CEO and the founder of this technology is a space engineer, and he's obsessed with making the planet green, so no pollution. Isn't that amazing? And then this technology can be built anywhere, anywhere. And I will blow your mind. I will tell you all about it. So yes, we know nature gives us challenges and we messed it up ourselves. Yeah, we all admit every country have their problems if it's not for public transportation or passenger transportation or cargo. You know, it's everywhere in all big cities, even in ports. And we have a very simplified, hustle-free solution. And there is no, and I'm 100% sure, there is no effective solution at this moment. Why am I so sure? I was in 4 meetings in the port of Antwerp in Belgium, my home country. And I was there with engineers and lawyers. 4 times we came back, and the people of the port, the responsible people of the port, told us all the problems. And you can see me here at the left side picture holding my head in my hand because I was almost falling from my chair. What such a big port had such a big problems already for the last 12 years, and that's now 14 years. So it's amazing, it's amazing. So what does this Unitsky technology offers us? This technology, first of all, Unitsky is the official name now. There was a previous name. It's a brand name. It is called Skyway. But this technology is now called Unitsky. Yeah, so get used to it. It's Unitsky. This Unitsky technology gives us a range of transportation possibilities. And you can see it, all the vehicles here. Aren't they amazing? Well, we started with this one, the Unibike for 2 people, and this one, the Unibus. Then there was a bigger demand for bigger vehicles and vehicles like this one that can stand high temperature, sand, and humidity. And then this one, for example, can stand very cold temperature. Then this one is my favorite. I sat in it, it's amazing. And it is going 500 kilometers an hour. It needs to be certified though, still, and we're collecting the money to have it done. Then you see other sorts of vehicles, and then this one is the smallest, and it is called UniWind, and it can be built anywhere. I said in it is quite comfortable, even if it's that small. So this one was the start, the Unibike and the Unibus. And here they are on the tracks. Yeah, this one on the double track, this one on the single rail. And it's quite comfortable to sit in it or to stand in it. And this one is the Unicar, and it's special designed for keeping humidity out and sand and high temperatures. And here we are on the tracks, on the double tracks in our test park in Belarus. Unidrock, especially for loose cargo. And here's the picture. Do you know that this vehicle can load and unload in 3 seconds? 3 seconds. And this is Unitrans. It is to transport also loose cargo and load, for example, boats or trains or whatever. Then the UniWind, I told you already, but the UniWind is very, very, very light. And there's a special story here. You see this vehicle, This is also designed by our CEO. And you can see at the background, I took this picture myself, and at the background, these are people. So this is quite a big vehicle, yeah? And it looks like a helicopter, right? But it's not, it's a drone. And so it's remote control, no pilot. And this drone can lift this anchor. Yeah, can you see the anchor? This drone, somebody muted me. This drone can lift that anchor. So it can lift 1 ton. That's a lot, yeah? And so it can lift it, put it somewhere where it needs to be. Then a helicopter comes with the technical staff or the engineers who are needed to put the anchors in the ground. And that's it, yes? So no destruction of the environment, no pollution of the environment. And so it can build on high mountains, you know, wherever we want, on islands. That's amazing, isn't it? So do you see the opportunities? And then, yeah, this is the Uniflash, all the high speed. And you see me sitting here in it very proudly, very happy, because this was the premiere in the InnoTrans. That is the biggest professional transportation fair of the world. 1.5 million professional people come there. It's not for public, and it was an amazing experience, amazing to be there. Then the Unicorn, this is one of the latest, and it got created because we went to the port and we asked our CEO to help us out with container transportation for the port. And here you go, $1 per 100 ton the kilometer. Isn't that amazing? On the tracks. During the pandemic, there was no pandemic in Belarus, where are factories. And so the engineers, they worked on it, and it's hanging on the tracks in Belarus and in Sharjah. So how does the technology work? Let me quickly reveal the secret. So you have a normal metal rail. It's filled up with flexible concrete. That is a patent of our CEO. And then you see these dots. Well, these are not dots. These are string, you know, string rail. These are strings, and these strings are wrapped around each other. So that means that the rail can bear very heavy load. So that's a big advantage. So a lot of cargo or a lot of people can be transported at the same time. Yeah. Plus the flexible concrete, what does it give us? First of all, it absorbs sound. And second of all, it is flexible. So the rail will not break that easy. So it can stand tsunamis, hurricanes, floods, earthquakes, whatever nature is doing, yeah? So, and then on top of the rail, there's a special sort of metal, and that's also a patent of our CEO. And this special sort of metal, this has the advantage that the wheel has the same cover of metal. And when the wheel drives on the rail, there's almost no friction. And that's very important for the energy consumption, fuel. And because there is no friction, there is almost no sound. Yeah. Can you imagine that? All the sound of the traffic in the cities drop away. That would be nice, would it? Because there's also a lot of sound pollution in this world. So what else? Well, the string rail is 5 times smoother and 3 times stronger. How come? Well, the anchors are doubled anchor, and you will see that later on pictures. It is double anchored. And I can tell you, I was sitting in it, standing in it. And if you stand, or sit, you don't feel anything. You have to look outside to see if you're moving, if the vehicle is moving. So there's no sound, no hustle, no bumpy ride, nothing. And it's amazing. Oh, I forgot to say, we can build everywhere, above water, above mountains and valleys. Yeah. Then we have 3 sort of rails. Let me start with the flexible one. Yes, you can see this right. Between 2 anchors, there can be 5 kilometers. So 5 kilometers, that is amazing, isn't it? Can you imagine from where you are sitting now, 5 kilometers away is the next anchor. Let that sink in. That's far away. Well, that's why we can build anywhere. Do you understand? Above swamps or valleys or from one mountain top to the other. Then we have the rigid one. The rigid one is for the very, very heavy load. A lot of people, a lot of cargos, so that is suitable, for example, between big cities or between a city and a harbor or an airport. And then the last one is the semi-rigid. That you can compare with train, tram, metro, but then in the air, don't forget, in the air, and the views are amazing. And you can see here on these pictures, the strings and the flexible concrete, strings, flexible concrete, and strings and flexible concrete. So that is the secret, and the metal on top. And then, of course, the heart of the technology is also a patent of our CEO, a completely new engine that can run on any environment-friendly fuel. But mostly it runs on electricity. So what are the advantages? Well, our CEO was took a long time. He took 40 years to develop this technology. It took him 40 years to develop this technology. And one of the longest time it took was for the aerodynamics, because the aerodynamics are very important. And we'll tell you why. A car that's driving on the ground, like we all know, like we all have, the air gets stuck underneath the car. So the aerodynamics are expressed in Cx. And Cx of a car is 0.4. Yeah. Okay, so the air gets stuck underneath the car and it swirls around the back when it comes out. So it pulls the car backwards. So the car needs extra fuel to go forward. Formula One car is doing much better, you can see it, but still the same problem here. Because of the technology, USky is in the air doesn't get trapped. And then, of course, the aerodynamic is amazing. It's like, looks like a rocket, right? Well, the Cx is 0.06. So if that vehicle passes you, you will not hear it, you will not feel it, and the leaves on the trees will not move. So no noise pollution. And that means also consumption of fuel is much, much less. Yeah. So that's why the aerodynamics are very important. Then let me show you the parameters with all the other transportations. So capital cost, that means to build it. You can see it's very low. The operation cost, you can see, well, what does it mean, operation cost? Well, the maintenance, yeah, that is very low. Then the energy consumption, I told you why. Remember the friction with the wheel and the metal rail, pattern of the CEO, and then the aerodynamics. Wow, can you see how we beat the other transportations with energy consumption? But then, boom, we have an enormous capacity. Yeah, let that sink in. Compare with all the other transportations. Then, of course, very, very important, the environment friendly pollution. Well, the pollution is very low, and the safety is very, very good, very, very high, comparing with all the others. Yeah. So our CEO always says, we will save 1.5 million people's life very soon if the transportation will be built anywhere, because 1.5 million people die every year in transportation accidents.
100.
And then, can you please mute? Can you please mute? Thank you. And then, of course, the speed and the delivery time is amazing, almost as fast as an airplane. And then people tell me, yeah, Kat, but there are other transportations at the moment available. Yes, that's true. Let us compare them. You have the monorail, you have the magnet levitation, and you have the hyperloop. Let's compare them. They are, thank God, all ecological friendly, all quite safe. Well, the hyperloop is medium, but they're safe. But then they need all a flat ground. Do you know what it takes in a mountainous area to get a flat ground? The time, the energy, the money, the effort is amazing. Yeah. And we just need the space to put our anchors, and off we go. We can build everywhere. So we are unlimited. And then people go, yeah, but the Hyperloop is going 1,200 kilometers an hour. Okay, but did you see the price tag? 100 million and more the kilometer. The kilometer. Did you know that a normal train track without the vehicles, just the train track, is costing 22 million a kilometer? So next time you sit on a train, every kilometer, 22 million, 22 million, 22 million. Isn't that mind-blowing? So USky is costing between 3 and 8 million a kilometer. So what do you think your government will choose? Then let me introduce you the author, of course, the man who dedicated more than 40 years of his life on this technology. Here is Dr. Anatoly Unitsky Eduardovich. This man had a vision when he was 6 years old that he would change the transportation in the world forever. This man has 150 inventions on his name. How many inventions do we have on our name? 0. This man has 150 inventions on his name. So that means something that didn't exist, he created. That man is a genius, yeah? He wrote 20 monographies, that means books, and 200 scientific papers. So he is well known in the technology world and the engineer world. He's a space engineer. And I always say, this man would be an actor. He would be world famous. And he is world famous in his niche. So I met him twice. I sat down with him 1.5 hours. He told me, ask me any question. And I did. I asked him many, many questions. So this man's brain is completely going always towards saving the planet, making it greener, improving it. So it's amazing to meet him. And here are some very nice designs. I saw many, many of them. You can see them in Belarus in the test park. There's a museum full of it. And here you see him with his first test vehicle that is also still available. And you can see it is renovated. And this is his last design. And this is called Sky Space. And he wants to take the factories into space and make the planet completely green. Can you imagine? No factories anywhere, no pollution anywhere. only green planet with blue water and happy people, healthy, happy people. We can't wait. Yeah. Well, we need man like that. And let me show off some patents. I told you he has many patents all over the world. And he took the technology all over the world. And people were delighted. And here I am talking with him and two people of the National Railroad of my country, Belgium. And they explained what the problems, again, transportation problems were, and what he could do, what he could offer. And you see the high speed or the U flash in the back. And it was amazing to be with him, to work with him next to him. And then you have his wonderful wife, Nadezhda. She is also an engineer, but she's more the business brain behind the company. And she's doing a very good job. Yeah, we survived the pandemic, and she got a certificate even in 2018 for doing a very, very good job. You see her proudly presenting it here. So what are the production results? That means, what did we do with the collected money? Because it's now more than, no, it's 6 years already. What did the company do? Well, we bought a big office building, 9 stories high. We have more than 600 employees, very high educated people. You can see them here all together. These are engineers, designers, technical people. I like this picture, by the way, with all the vehicles above them. And this office building is in Minsk. You can see the high buildings of Minsk in the back. Minsk is the capital city of Belarus. Belarus is an independent country between Russia and Europe. Yeah, so it's independent. And they chose not to have a lockdown during the pandemic, and so our crew could work on, and that's when they created the container transportation. Then this is our factory, also in Minsk. And we started with this building. The white building is the office building, and then the factory itself in the back. Then we built this building and that building, and all is our asset. Yeah, it's not from the bank. It's all our asset. You can see here inside the engineers and technical staff working at, for example, this one is the tropical one, and this one is the vehicle that can stand very cold temperatures. Then people tell me, yeah, but Kaat, the transportation is in the air and these vehicles are all made of glass. And yes, but this is one of the patents of our CEO also. This is smart glass. This glass cannot break. There can be a projectile impacting it at 500 kilometers an hour. The glass will not break. So this is smart glass, and it also keeps the temperature in the vehicles very, very comfortable. Then we have a test park in Marina Gorka. Marina Gorka is a little town 150 kilometers from Minsk. Yeah. And this was a swamp. This was a not so pretty site, and we made it very pretty. And if you can count very good, you see 7 tracks here, 7 tracks. So the tracks are tested here, and the vehicles, of course, are tested here. And we have here an eco house. This little dot, it's this house. This is a completely ecological house, self-sufficient house. We have a pond with fish in front of the house, and we have fruit trees. And between these trees, there's a greenhouse with vegetables. And why do we do this? Why are we putting our time and energy in that? to show the delegates, and there's a lot of people coming over from all over the world, to show them that it's eco-friendly, because they will be served fish from our ponds, fruit and vegetables from our own gardens. And this is a rare picture with one of the vehicles without a lid on. Then we have another test park in Sharjah. This is the contacts. And please, please, I just had a problem with, challenge with people of Aruba. They contacted me in December to have the context of the contact information of Sharjah, and they didn't contact them only a few days before they came to Sharjah, and the test site was closed for public because they're building at this moment. And so they couldn't go there. Isn't that sad? They flew all from Aruba to Dubai and then to Sharjah. Well, Sharjah is the university city of the United Arab Emirates next to Dubai. That's where our test park is. And here are some pictures. You can see it. Unitsky Test and Certification Center. Here is the latest cargo and passenger terminal. And this is a very special picture. This is the celebration of the first anchor in Sharjah. I was one of them, and I'm there in between. Very hot day, very, very hot day. And yeah, it was an amazing day. You can imagine, this is a part of the leaders team. We were all invited to celebrate the first anchor in the ground in Sharjah. That was, again, very, very big for us. Can you please mute? Thank you. And then we also were part of the World Government Summit in 2019 and 2021. That was last year. October, I think. And of course, then the whole world knew about our technology. And we were all over the news, of course. And when we were in business, CNN Business and Fox News, we had a tsunami of emails and telephones calls. Then last week, we were at the expo in India, in Delhi. And here are some lovely pictures. This is one of my team members. I'm very proud. He went there and he explained all the people who were amazed about the technology. Even co-owners, a lot of co-owners traveled a long way to see the stand in the expo in India. And we're also in the expo of Dubai. You can see more pictures. Lovely, lovely people, all people with the heart on the right place, because they know they are changing the world. We are changing the world. And then this is quite a big one. Let me hide this floating panel. And then you can read it for yourself. Oh, there's another person coming in. You can read it for yourself. The technology, Unitsky String Technology Inc., that's the official name of the company, is a reliable and a bona fide partner of business activities in Belarus and abroad. What does that mean? That the technology is acknowledged as being a real company. Yeah, that is a big deal. That's a big, huge deal. So Unitsky was very proud to show that to the world. So that means in 2022, there will be a new transportation, you know, cars and trams and trains and planes and trucks. And now there will be Unitsky all over the world. We signed 3 contracts last year, and yes, we have to wait to see where they are preparing and building. We have to wait for the announcement of the countries themselves. then yes, there were more than 50 international delegates visiting our test parks in Sharjah and in Belarus. And yeah, a lot of countries are waiting to build it because they have problems. All countries have problems at the moment with transportation. It's all over the news, and every person gets confronted with it. So where are we in the investment offer? We started in 2014. At this level, that was, this is the financial plan. We have 15 stages. And at stage 8, we had enough asset in our possession that there's no risk anymore. So we can pay back all the investors, or we call them co-owners. So where are we now? We are now in 14.2, a little step till the end. When will we finish the 15 stages? I cannot say that. That's prophecy. I cannot do that. So we will see how long it will take. It can be very fast. It can take a long time. It is all also up to Unitsky. And then, of course, because of Unitsky being aware of the situation all over the world, he gave everybody a chance to be a co-owner. So it's for every budget. The smallest package is $50. Yeah, there are even packages you can pay off in 5 or 9 months. And yes, we are a community, Skyworld community, more than 400,000 investors. Isn't that amazing? And then what about the dividends? Well, let me explain you the dividends. Dividends are not normal shares. These are shares. You can see them as the diamonds of the shares. They will give you a piece of the company. And that means the company, every year when a company makes profit, as long as you have these shares on your name, you will have a piece of the profit. Yes, a piece of the profit will go to the shareholders. How much? 20% of the profit. That's a lot. Normally dividends, it's 6%. We get 20% of the profit. And I told you how many the kilometer, between 3 and 8 million the kilometers. And there are projects with thousands of kilometers coming on. So can you imagine what that will bring to us? Plus, these dividends are inherited. So if you leave this beautiful planet, and it is a beautiful planet, one day you should visit me here. I live in a paradise. And this beautiful planet is worth saving, right? Also for next generations. So if you leave this beautiful planet, your children can inherit your shares. So their financial future is also safe. And yes, you can sell your shares, but would you sell the goose with the golden eggs? Think about that. This is your financial security for the rest of your life. So what about the stock market? A lot of people ask me, God, when are we going to go on the stock market? Well, our dividends has not a lot to do with the stock market. These are not normal shares. These are A-class shares. Yeah, A-class shares, dividend shares. So you are a co-owner. You own a piece of the company. And we're in the pre-IPO, so we can still have dividends, buy dividends. Once that is finished and the company would go on the stock market with the B-class shares, the normal shares, the ones you can buy and sell and buy and sell and make a little bit profit. The influence of these B-class shares, if the worth of these B-class shares goes up, a lot of people want them, then the value of the company will go up, and so also the profit goes up. And if the profit goes up, we will have more dividends. Yes. So let me explain that again. Pre-IPO, we still can buy dividend shares. Yeah, they call it dividend shares in options. That is a name before the company goes public. Yeah, these are A-class shares, not B-class shares, A-class shares. So the B-class shares are the normal shares that you can buy and sell and make a little bit of profit. Yeah. Okay. If the B-class shares go up in price, up in value, the company will go up in value, and so also the profit goes up in value. And then the A-class shares that we own, these special shares that we own, will give us more dividend. Yeah, so that is the whole story with the stock market. Please tell this to your team, because a lot of people are misinformed, sadly. A lot of people want to sell their shares and they should not. So get on this rapidly growing transportation company. How? Let me show you. These are packages. We call them packages. And these are, for example, this is a package of $1,000 to pay in one time. You get 30,000 shares. So one share costs you 3 cents, and you can buy unlimited, as much as you want. And you see, the more you buy, the cheaper the shares get, of course. Then we have, for people with budget, and I told you, oh, sorry, I have to go back. I told you $50, 800 shares, yeah, for every budget. So these are packages. Let me compare again. This is the package is called the stable. Then it costs you $1,000, but you can 5 months pay $200 in 5 months. One share costs you 4 cents. You have in total 28,000 shares. And if you start with a double payment, that means $400 in one time, the first time, you get even $1,000 on top. So how do you start? Well, contact the person who brought you in this event, well, Zoom meeting. And if you found me on the internet, put your name and contacts in the chat so we can contact you and help you. And then give your name, email, and telephone number to the person who brought you here or to my team members. And then they will connect you to our platform. Please be aware, this is the address, the browser address of the platform. You can only connect with it if somebody helps you connect through a link. Yeah, there's a team structure on it. And there are hackers. There are hackers. So if you just Google Skyworld community, then it is possible that there's a hacker. For example, double new, the word new is double, or skyway double, or capital double. You click in, you think you're in your back office, you upload money, and your money is gone. And we cannot do anything about it. It's very sad, but a lot of people already lost money through that. So what you do is take this browser address, once you connect it to the platform, send it to your own email, and start from there. Please do not Google. Do not Google your back office. Thank you. And then we have also a free app, Skyworld Community. This is our logo. This is my phone. You can see, you can put it in English. What can you see on the app? Everything, the news, how many shares you have in your possession, how much money is still on there, how much bonuses you get from the partner plan, how many people are in your structure of the partner plan, the latest news, everything. And you can download it on Android, and it's for free. Make sure you click in SWC look for the logo, and here you go. Then people ask me the official websites. Well, there are a lot of websites. Unitsky has a Twitter account, a Instagram account. Please follow him and like him and write some nice things to him, because he needs our support. He deserves our support, right? And so this is the company's website, and then you have the YouTube channel of the company. You have Unitsky's own website and his own YouTube channel. Yeah, you can take a picture of it and find it. Please be nice to him, support him, thank him, be grateful to him, like him, send him a lot of energy and love, because he's pushing through and we are winning together with him. If you want more information, you can find me on India at Skyway Capital. That's my lovely team that will answer all your emails. Why India? Because I'm responsible for that lovely country. And then this is my WhatsApp. You can reach me on there. And you can also find me on Sky World New Millionaires, Facebook, YouTube, Telegram, Instagram. And I tell you the story about behind this name. I was in the InnoTrans, I told you, this huge fair in Berlin, and after 3 days of hard work, and I can tell you, Mr. Said will confirm me today, it's hard work. We sat down together with, well, an important guy who works together with Unitsky in the Arabic countries. And we sat down with him and he started talking, blah, 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 showing all the information, you know, how many companies are interested in the technology and so on, and who want to work together with us. And then he told us, and he said, I'm not joking, he said, but the co-owners, the people who have dividends in their hand, these are the new millionaires of the world, but they are not knowing it. They don't realize it. And so afterwards, I said to my colleague who were also listening to this conversation, wow, that is a great name for Sky, you know, for a Facebook group. And now you see we're more than 11,000 people in there. So Sky World New Millionaires, look for me, put my name in there, Kaat Jacobs, and because you have to enter with 3 questions. What's the name of your sponsor? And then are you an investor? And then agree the agreement or the rules of the group. And you put my name in the sponsor name, and immediately I let you in. Then I know that you were here, you were in this meeting. So thank you very much for your interest. I will now stop the recording. I hope to see you one day live on this session. It's much more fun to connect with each other. And I will send this recording to everybody's request. So I will stop the recording now. Thank you very much to be here.